Shalom. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, and Chani Kabad, and Kadawala Rakwab Zakwanyam Nawa, which is double honor to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom, Wabarakim Labakayam Shayasharala, and that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. And as always, to the confusion of faces, meaning those who look like the other nations, but whose spirits resonate with the truth, and that believe and have faith in the true powers and names of the Bible, being Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai, which is the true name of the only begotten Son. So to all of you brothers, no matter how you look, no matter what so-called color of skin you have, or are, rather, if you have the faith and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, then I want to say peace and blessings to you all. So I'm going to jump right into it. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 118, starting at verse 10. It says, "All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them." And that's right. We're quickly actually coming to the times when the Lord is going to put his righteous anger and his fury upon us. And in his name, by his spirit and power, we're going to destroy our enemies. We're going to destroy those that rule over us. We're going to destroy those that oppress us. This is verse 11. It says, "They compass me about. Yea, they compass me about," meaning who? Our enemies, Esau, Edom, martial law, Jacob's trouble. "But in the name of the Lord, I will destroy them." Verse 12, once again, "They compassed me about like bees." So they were swarming around us. They came in like a flood. "They compassed me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns. For in the name of the Lord, I will destroy them." That's why it's very important to know the true names of the Bible, to know the true powers of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, being what? Yahweh Ba'ashem, in the name of Yahushai. Because in those names, in those powers, the only true living powers, that's what's going to bring salvation. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So now let's jump into 2 Samuel chapter 22. Now, this is verse 1. This is a song of David, 2 Samuel 22, verse 1, and it reads, "And David spake unto the Lord the words of this song in the day that the Lord had delivered him out of the hand of all his enemies and out of the hand of Saul." So the Lord is singing this song, giving praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai for protecting him, for keeping him safe, and for delivering him out of the hand of all his enemies. And we believe ourselves in these times, starting with the elders and apostles of GMS on down, to be the 144,000, the tabernacle of David. And just like the Lord protected him and kept him safe and subdued all of his enemies, all of King David's enemies, the Lord in these latter days, in these latter times, is going to protect the tabernacle of David, the 144,000 men, and subdue all of our enemies as well. Once again, all in the name of the Lord is how we're going to subdue and defeat our enemies. So now let's jump down, because I want to start reading at verse 38. This is 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 38, and it reads, "I have pursued mine enemies and destroyed them, and turn not again until I consume them." That's right. In the book of Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, I believe it is, the Lord said that he's going to make us hunters of men. Right now we're fishing. We're going out there in the highways and byways, and whoever walks by, whoever the Lord has to walk by, they hear the word, they gravitate towards it, they receive it. The Lord wakes them up, right? But slowly, we're coming, or I keep saying slowly, that's just the flesh speaking. But quickly, if you're watching the prophecies, the Lord is quickly making all these prophecies come to pass. And in the latter end, in the latter times, the Lord is going to change us from fishers of men to hunters of men. And we're going to do the same thing that King David did. In the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, let's read it right here. 2 Samuel 22, verse 38, it says, "I have pursued mine enemies," and we're going to pursue our enemies as well. "I have pursued mine enemies and destroyed them, and turned not again until I had consumed them all." Verse 39, "And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength to battle. Them that rose up against me hast thou subdued under me." So all the enemies that rose up against King David, he was singing a song here and said, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai put all his enemies under his feet, under him. This is verse 41. It says, Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. That's right. In the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 9, it says what? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Starting with the 144,000, the elect, and then the 1/3 behind them. Of course, Yahushai as the head of the church, we're going to do what? It says, Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me. And Esau, Edom, it is the so-called white man, and he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is the deceiver, and he is the enemy. He hates you so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. It's time to come back to your true nationality. It's time to come back to the true powers of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, so that you can have protection and safety in the times of martial law, during the times of Jacob's trouble. Because by those names in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, it's how we're going to destroy them that hate us, our oppressor, Esau, Edom. This is verse 42. It says, They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. So just like during the time of King David, when he destroyed all of his enemies, in these times to come, when the Lord makes us hunters of men, and by his name we subdue all of our enemies, they're going to be crying out to all of their own gods and even unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But it says he answered them not. And he answered them not in those days, and he's not going to answer them in these times to come. This is verse 43. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. How come the Christian churches don't read this? Then King David beat them, his enemies, as the dust of the earth. It says, I did stamp them as the mire of the street. And that word stamp, when you look it up, it means to crush. King David said, I crushed them as the mire of the street. Mire just means mud or a swampy ground. I did stamp them as the mire of the street and did spread them abroad. Let's jump over to Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. And let's read starting at verse 2. It says, And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them, because of your enemies. For the Lord your power is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. So by the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we're going to be saved. He's going to be the one that goes with us to battle. He's going to be the one that is fighting for us against our enemies. That's why it's very, very, very important to know and declare the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because through him and by him, right, does not the scripture say that his incorruptible spirit is in all things? So by him is how we're going to actually subdue our enemies. Let's grab Ezekiel chapter 25. And we're going to start reading at verse 12. And it says, Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom, that's you so-called white people today are truly the biblical Edomites. You the seed in you comes from a man named Esau, in which you are the Edomites, the descendants of Esau. Not referring to the confusion of faces, meaning those who look like so-called white people, but really the seed in you goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're what's called a confusion of face in these scriptures. You believe and you have faith in the Bible that makes you an Israelite no matter how you look. In the true doctrine of the Bible, let me add. So once again, Ezekiel 25 verse 12 says, Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom, the so-called white man, hath dealt against the house of Judah, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. Now this is the point right here, because we're not just saying these things out of our own heart. We're not just speaking these things because we just have malicious intent, because we're just some wicked people out there on the highways and byways making these videos because we're just angry because of slavery. No, we're bringing out the prophecies. We're bringing out exactly what the scriptures say. Ezekiel 25 verse 14 says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power." And that's the point right there. We're going to subdue our enemies all by the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He's going to be the one that goes forth to battle for us against our enemies. He's going to be the ones that save us. And in the name of the Lord, we're going to destroy our enemies. He's going to put his righteous anger and fury upon us to put you so-called white people and all the other heathens into captivity. All right, so I pray that this was edifying, and I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, and Shan Yukabad and Kadwala Requabs at Kwangam Nawa. Double honor to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, Abarakim, Labakarim Shayasharala. Peace and blessings to the elect out of the nation of Israel. Shalom.